Hi team, I'm going to show you how to log into MAP and set up for MAP testing. First you're going to go log in, put in your password. Once you get inside, you're going to go to Manage Test Sessions and you're going to click on Manage Test Sessions. When you go to Manage Test Sessions, you're going to click on Find Students to Test. And this works both for the actual test and also the MAP screeners. Once you go there, you're going to select Our School, KIPP Dream, whichever grade level you're going to focus. We're going to pick Kinder, and the lucky Kinder teacher will be Miss Graham. And as far as classes, you're going to choose which class. So in the case of a MAP screener, if you're taking math screeners, then you'll pick math. If you're taking reading, you'll pick reading, social studies, writing, and so on and so on. So we're going to pick math. Once you have that, you're going to select search. And once you select search, you're going to get your entire student roster. With the last name, first name, middle name, student ID, date of birth, gender, and when their profile was created. So I'm going to set these students up for testing, and if I'm testing all of the students, I'm going to make sure all of the students are checked off on the left hand panel, which means there's a check by all those students' names. And so if I'm testing an entire class, I'm going to go there. I'm going to select Add Students. And once I add the students, I'll slide to the bottom of the screen and it'll say Student List and it'll have all my students. Right now I can't select anything, any action for my students because I haven't reselected the students. In order to select all the students, you're going to click the first button next to last name at the top, and that'll select all of your students. If you need to test one or two students or a small group of students, then only select those students that you need to test. In this case, we're going to select all students. Once you select all students, you're going to assign a test. You don't need to assign accommodations, and you don't need to remove students from the list unless you have administrative power over the list. So in the case of classroom teachers, you do not need to assign accommodations or remove students from any given list. You may, however, assign tests. So you're going to click Assign Test, and this box will come up and it's test name. When you click on the cursor, you'll see every test that you can give the students, every test, and it's the actual MAP assessments at the top. You want to make sure you are not giving a student the MAP assessments when you're doing a screener. If you're doing a screener, you can do anything that says screening math, screening reading, screening math, anything skills checklist. Those are MAP screeners. If you are assessing a student, in this case it's kindergarten, and let's say they were taking the MAP math or reading, then I know that I need to go to MAP reading primary grades. This is the only MAP test that they can take, MAP reading primary grades, and then I know it's K1. Make sure you are not testing students on MAP reading 2 through 5 or MAP reading 6+. It's MAP reading primary grades, and the same goes for math for MAP math primary grades. If you go all the way down here, it's K through 8. In this case, we're going to go ahead and do a screener, and for the screener we're going to do a reading MAP screener. So we're going to select We're going to go down to the reading map screeners, and we're just going to select consonant blends, digraphs, the checklist. I just want to see if students can identify consonant blends and digraphs. So I'm going to click assign. And once I click assign, if you look here, test assigned, it'll say skills checklist, reading consonant blends and digraphs. Then I'm going to go all the way down my list, and it says test now. If I click test now, it's going to take me to the testing site where all the students are now put into a test queue. So here's the test session's name, and here's the test session's password. At this time, I have 27 students that are being tested. No students are testing at the moment. Why? Because I have to confirm each student. So when the student's screen asks for the test session name and the test session password, this is what you need to give them. You can write it down, keep it in a spot where you can always return to it. So once students are logged in to be confirmed, you'll see this number next to be confirmed will start to increase. So once you have all students ready to be confirmed, you will hit confirm, and it'll confirm all students, and you'll see the status. Instead of awaiting students, you'll see the status testing, and right here it'll tell you how many students are testing. Once the session is over, you can end the session. So right now, no students have started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this session. I'm going to save the test session as Gen Test Vid, and I'm going to save and exit. This way I can come back to the exact same test session. I can change the name of the session, or I can keep the same name that the site generated for me. Either way, you'll be able to come back. So first, let's see how it looks if I save and exit. And so I'm going to save and exit. If I want to go back to that testing session, I go from the start, manage test session. It'll bring me back to this. It'll bring me back to this same page, and I click show, and it'll show the test sessions, Gen Test Vid, the test that I created. I can click it, make sure it's clicked, and I can go back and start that session again. And then we're back where we started. You may get a new password if you restart it over. You may not. And if you want to end the testing session, you can end the testing session. Again, you can delete the session, which will take it completely off the list. And now you don't have a session. So that's how you get on and off and kind of maneuver to logging students on, maneuver with logging students on and off of MAP. So any additional questions on different things you can do, you can always click help and type in what you need, and it will definitely show you some very basic ways to go through how to create a test session and kind of navigate through the site. So hope you find this helpful. Thanks. Bye.